Hey, Lee Wolf here. Welcome to Game Face Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. As always, and as I always say, Mr. Richie Bello has me by his side, and I'm very thankful for that. And today we have the founder and CEO of LPJM Solutions on the show. His name is Michael Larkin, and we're really excited to pick his brain on artificial intelligence and marketing solutions and how it all can fall a little more naturally for everyone. How you guys doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
Awesome. And Michael is not a mime. That is actually a photo, and we're just having a little bit of a technical issue today, but that's good enough. He looks great in the photo, and all we need to really hear is his voice. So, but before we get rolling on the show, I'm just going to run a quick promo video from our sponsor, Shop Smart Autos, on our VIN retention report.
Look, you can keep telling your sales staff to make more calls day after day, but trying to sell more vehicles and retain customers with dirty data clogging your DMS and CDP, well, it's like trying to concentrate in a messy office. It's frustrating, chaotic, and let's be honest, a little embarrassing. But now with the SSA VIN retention report, you can clean up your DMS and CDP in no time. It's the ultimate tool to tidy up your data and pinpoint the customers you need to target. Reclaim those lost opportunities. Win back the customers you thought were gone. And boost your sales with laser-sharp precision. The SSA VIN retention report helps you focus on the right customers at the right time with the right messages. Don't let dirty data hold you back. Clean it up, win them back, and drive success with the SSA VIN retention report from Shop Smart Autos. Inspect what you expect.
All right. Thanks for everyone out there for listening and watching. And once again, we have Mr. Michael Larkin on the show today, who's the founder and CEO of LPJM Solutions. Michael, why don't we start with just a little bit of background. Where did you come from and how did you get here?
So I came from my mother.
Oh, nice.
Yes, she's turning 79 on the 14th.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we're really excited.
Happy birthday to her.
But she's from Ireland. My father was a firefighter for 30 years in the state of Connecticut. I spent after college 22 years down in the Washington, D.C. area and a town called Alexandria. Worked on Capitol Hill, hated it. And I became a bartender at Murphy's Irish Pub. So that's where I got my roots. And somebody in, I think it was 1996, said, "Hey, you ever hear of this thing called the internet?" I said, "No." "Well, you can make money as you sleep." I was like, "Yeah, I like that." Last call. So that was the time where I was working for a company called AOL. And my job was to credit everybody's credit card back who were upset that this thing doesn't work. This thing is a joke. This thing is a scam. And I was crediting their credit cards back, and I ended up quitting. And I was watching the Super Bowl that year, and what did I see but an AOL commercial? I'm like, oh my God, I must have made a mistake. So from the bartending, I was, studying the young kind of part of internet marketing, and I latched on to this guy that worked for PBS. And he started up just the marketing part of digital marketing as far as what is going to move the needle for companies. So we got onto the B2B, and just before COVID, I started going after the car market because we were doing reputation marketing. And still people say reputation management. Well, you don't make any money managing anything.
Right.
That's cost. You make money marketing. So we were focusing on the car dealerships' 5-star reviews and marketing those 5-star reviews to get more business. But we found a lot of pushback, and then all of a sudden AI popped in, and we're integrating AI to all the tools that we had available before COVID, and we're just now marketing our AI marketing system. So like selling a car, it's step by step by step, and we're following the old rules of digital marketing, which the first rule is content is king, and the second rule is the money is in the list. So I was listening to your sponsor's commercial, and I was like, wow, data cleanup. I mean, you've got car dealers now who are sending out birthday wishes to bots.
Yeah.
Good luck with selling a car to that.
Yeah.
So we're not in the inside of a car dealer. We're on the outside of their funnel, trying to attract the people that raised their hand and said, I'm in the market for a car, getting them into that individual's rooftop as far as their funnel.
Okay. Wow. And all right, so overall, you guys are a marketing agency, but now have added AI into the mix.
Yeah, we're just calling ourselves an AI marketing agency now. We've shifted over to the fact that we've tested it. My parent company puts it in front of my lap to break it, and I do my best to break it. Hand it over to the programmers and going, this, and is wrong, and you got to fix it before we go into beta and offer it, and they do.
Yeah, well, that's huge. And then, do you integrate these AI tools into the dealership world at all, or do you just communicate with people on the outside and then funnel them into the dealership?
That's a great question, because like third-party leads, they're coming in from, and all these guys do is they're proficient at SEO for a number of keywords that are in your back, that you should be as a dealer ranked for, like used cars, whatever city you're in. And the third parties are ranking, and what's happening is they take those leads and they give it to their client. Meanwhile, they're giving it to that client's direct competitor in the same market, those same leads. So they're double dipping, triple dipping, quadruple dipping, and the dealer feels stuck. It's like, well, if we don't pay these guys, they'll hold the leads from us and we'll fail. Well, that's not necessarily true with AI. You can rank right next to them or on top of them if you do it right. And so that market is going to click your link to your website instead of clicking third party's website and continue to rip these guys off. But they know that they're ripped off, and they're not happy about it, and not happy about the third party not sharing the data. So in essence, they're renting the data. We're not going that way.
Right.
We're saying, hey, we're going to rank you. More importantly, we're going to give you that first party data.
Okay. And then with artificial intelligence now, you can power up those third party leads and
in 30 days rather than waiting the 90 days, which we've all been accustomed to with SEO companies.
Right. Very interesting. Rich, what's your take on all this? I mean,
well, I think that my take's really good. That's why I reached out to you. Mike, I don't go to Clubhouse, but I do go a lot to Clubhouse just to listen. And I know you're a marketer, and I also know that you have good experience in data, right? And I wanted to engage with you for this reason, right? The reputation, management, marketing, right? So let's say that I'm a car dealership and I got these 5-star reviews that they put it all on their website and all that. What do you think about the process as a marketing person, putting only 5-star reviews on a website of a dealership?
I think that lackens the trust that the public that's reading those 5-star reviews. They don't see 1 4-star or 1 3-star. This is got to be a hoax, or these guys are doing something dishonest. And I'm going to go to the next guy down the road to see if they're more honest in the reviews. I have to know the good, the bad, the ugly. And car business, they're plenty ugly. But the most important part that we added AI to this is the response. A lot of people don't respond to anything but a 5-star. And that's a huge mistake, because, we're letting the AI learn the verbiage of the individual rooftop and then answering that 1-star or 2, 3, 4 stars. That's an AI responder. And it's so important, because it's not important for the person that wrote that 1-star review that you responded. It's important for the thousands of other people that are going to read that 1-star review and your response. And with the AI, it's programmed to do it so professionally that they don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah. That's really interesting thought process. And I would be kind of creeped out if I went on Amazon to buy a brush for my dog and it was 35,000 reviews and it was all 5 stars. I'd rather see people fleshing out the situation, see how the seller responds, see if the customer comes back and they're just outlandish and angry about life, or if it's really serious. Or I kind of like to see those communications. The
smart shopper is going to ferret that out. It's going to vet that out. It's going to go, this guy's a wacko.
Right.
And just let them be a wacko.
Yeah.
You don't have to respond to somebody that's going to F you. No.
Right.
I mean, back away and don't say anything and let the people decide for themselves. But a certain person that has a concern, hey, you set me for an appointment at 10 o'clock on Saturday, and I had to get to my kid's ball game, and now I'm still sitting here at 1, and you guys don't have an answer for me. That is a 1-star, and that's got to be responded to. Hey, we made a mistake. We want to make it up to you.
Right.
But if you don't see anything like that, you go, these guys are jerks. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna experience the same thing. Nah, I'm going elsewhere before they even get a chance to give you the business.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And actually, that brings up the topic of retention. And I'd like to just break away for 1 minute for our retention minute with JP. We'll be right back.
Hello, JP Burkemper with Vinsight here. Car dealers, you only get one dealer market area, your DMA, your territory. So if you're not actively retaining your customers, you're giving them away. Referrals, repeat buyers, first-time service visits, they all come down to timely, personal communication, not cookie-cutter templates, not batch and blast emails. So look at Vinsight as your ticket to boosting service retention by owning the customer relationship, not outsourcing it to a CRM that treats everyone the same. We help you identify what matters, send the right message, and keep that customer coming back time and time again, not just for service, but for their next car. So want to know where you stand? Let's assess. No pressure, just clarity. Because at Vinsight, you sell them and we keep them coming.
All right. So, Richie, did you have any questions to add in here at the moment?
Well, I just wanted to let Mike know, because a lot of people don't know this, but what we are is a third-party lead generation, Shop Smart Autos. Did you see that yet?
I didn't. Like I say, I'm partnering with some of these guys. One of my core values is loyalty, and I'm looking for those third parties that have loyalty to their clients, because a lot of them don't. They go, hey, where's my check? You know, and hey, let me throw these lame leads at you again this month. And again, the car dealer's like, I hate these guys, but I'm stuck. There's no other way.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Mike, what happens.
Yeah,
you're a marketer, right? I'm a really good lead generation guy. This is what happens. Why it's terrible, the lead generation. You come to the site, cars.com or whatever site you go to. You do a lead. That lead goes to the dealership. Great. The next time you go get a car, you're not going to the dealership. You're going to cars.com. Why? Because cars.com is targeting you. Cars.com is staying in touch with you with emails and newsletters and all this. They're going to keep coming back. So a dealership is screwed. What ShopSmart does a little different. We give you a report, a retention report, all right, of how many customers you're losing to your competitors and all that. And then from there, we start generating the leads. Once we generate the leads, we have all these retention tools wrapped around for you to keep that customer. Not that customer only comes through ShopSmart because we're doing targeting. You buy a car, they're always sending you an email every 2 weeks, an email, that's cars.com and the customer accepts it, because even though the customer just bought a car, the customer is always in the market to trade out of that car. Always. The first 2 weeks, they're already in the market of trading out that car because they're driving around and they see another car or a new model, this, that, bang. Now they become in the mode. So you're always getting targets. So that's the thing with the lead generation, that you lose. It's always to them. What we do is we drive that traffic to the dealership, but we keep those customers with the dealership. So we are building their database.
Right. And that's the rub. They don't mind stroking that big check to these third parties.
Right.
What they do mind is, hey, you're screwing me on my CRM that I'm sending out more birthday celebration like letters or emails or texts or videos to a bot.
Right.
And they can never compete against a third party way, because we have technology to follow up your customer, because we know that everything's about the follow up, and dealers don't know that everything's about the follow up. A lot of people in sales shouldn't even be in sales if you don't follow people up, because the sales really happens after the follow up, right?
Yep.
And a lot of people, how they do follow up is, hi, Mike, I'm just following you up. You know, that's right there a killer. And let me tell you what the answer to that is. Richie, I haven't touched base with my team. Hey, Mike, I wanted to thank you personally for you coming in and seeing our presentation. The reason for my call is I want to know, what type of ROI are you looking for?
Yep.
Now,
simple.
It's a whole different approach than, hi, I'm just following you up. You know how many people I do demos with that call me and say, Richie, I'm just following you up? That's right there a deal killer.
Mm-hmm.
That word, I'm just following you up. Great. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I haven't touched base with my team, but I'll get back to you. And that's it. And the other approach is a really good approach. A lot of people don't use that approach because they fear what that customer is going to tell you. Oh, no, I'm not interested. You got to put that fear away and do what you got to do, you know, and so many other companies that use that approach. And that is our biggest way how we convert sales.
Yeah, absolutely. And Michael, just because I want to throw it up on screen here, if they were going to reach out to you or LPJM, where should they go first? Where would you like them to go?
You know what? I'm a big proponent on LinkedIn. That's my jam. But most professionals are on LinkedIn, but I think we've all gotten those direct messages from, hey, how are you? And they got 0 followers. I'm like, yeah, God, no.
Yeah.
So, but I'm on all of them. And I always say, especially now, when we're dealing with AI and the marketing part of it, it's going to increase your visibility. And with more visibility, there's more engagement naturally. And with more engagement, that leads to more chances to make a sale.
Yeah.
And if you're not using AI to boost your visibility, you're going to be invisible and lose market share.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's that simple. But to educate the different markets and different leaders inside different industries, you got to make it that simple. Is AI is going to make you more visible, and then the tools around that, and is it right for you?
Yeah, awesome, and we're actually working with a company right now that's implementing an artificial intelligence tool into dealerships that can directly pull from all the dealerships' departments. And if the customer has any question, anything about their car, anything about their salesperson, anything at all, they can just ask this app a question, and boom, it's called Ivan. It'll ask them, it'll tell them, this is the type of oil your car takes. Would you like me to set you up for a service appointment? We have a coupon right now going. We have it, your warranty might be up. Would you like to have a meeting? It's when used correctly, artificial intelligence can be really incredible. I find a lot of times I'm on the phone with companies, and the AI and the voice chats and things will drive you insane or not understand you, or
But that's funny you said that, Lee, because you got to have it and treat it like a conversation. And when it does stuff like that, you respond to it, but in a way that you're talking to a friend or old buddy. Hey, you dummy! No, answer it this way. And I'm getting frustrated, and tell them how you're feeling. That way, it knows. Wow, okay, I'm learning from this guy. And give you a correct answer, or again, it'll do something stupid and call them on it. Don't just quit and go somewhere else. You've started the conversation with it, end the conversation and getting what you want.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And okay, so someone reaches out on LinkedIn. They want to power up their leads, or they want to bring more people, funnel more people into a dealership or their business in general. What's the process?
So the first part of the process I do, and I it's part of the consulting, is we've got a map, and it's a brand map. I need to know and get on your same page, knowing your mission, vision, values. But more important than that is your employees need to know that. That's why we have such turnover in this industry, is because these employees won't run through a brick wall for you. And they don't know the mission, vision, values. So then there's no loyalty. And they're gone in 3-4 weeks, whatever, because they're not being shared what the upper management knows, or maybe they don't have that exercise. But it's 9 questions that I need to have answered, or else if we're going to blow it off, hey, you're not serious, and why should I be serious?
Yeah, going in blind, always smart. Yeah.
So that's the first part, but the second part is the keywords. And those people that are typing in those keywords that are actively looking for your products and services, used car city, right? Then those are we show the numbers of these each month. And we also show the 1 through 10 that are ranked on Google, and we show the strengths of those. Can you tackle those ones that are you're not on that list? You're not on part of the top 10, but you want to get in front of that audience. Mm-hmm. Then we use the AI to get you in front of that audience per month. We do 10 of them.
Right.
10 is all you need, you know, to get in front of audiences above 1,000 searches a month.
Right.
We don't go below 1,000 because the juice ain't worth the squeeze. So if you've got 10 on an audience that's above 1,000, we can work with that.
Wow.
And yeah, so the keywords is the audience that's already there. We just need to find the keywords that people are searching, because those are ahead of you. We want to get ahead of them, and that's when we add in. Hey, I remember the year 2000. Remember Bingo.com? Somebody bought Bingo.com and was offered by the casinos $1 million to buy that .com, and it was during the days of AOL. And I'm like, wow, that's new. And I just did a search on the AI keyword search, and 301,000 searches every month for Bingo.com. You think that casino made back their money?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing today. If you have 1,500 people looking up your keyword in your area, let's get the .com and then put a website using AI around that .com.
Yeah.
And then do a media site, which is a whole bunch of blogs and pulling the information off a YouTube page. This interview here could be an article featuring what we're talking about and including the video itself.
Right.
That specific, but it always rotates your content, and it gets it out to the people that want to see or typing it in, because it's going to rank. Because the format of this thing is based on a blog. Remember how big blogs were? And everybody quit doing blogs because it takes too long. Well, the AI has replaced that.
Right.
So, and it sends it to Google, and Google's like, wow, they just took a 10-minute read down to a 3-minute bullet points, and it's ranking.
Right. Correct.
So we're getting, one of my clients we're approaching the 6-month mark, and 27,000 unique visitors to their website. That is first party leads.
Right.
And they're selling RVs.
Wow. How's the conversion on that?
I don't know, and it's none of my business. You know, I stay away from
the conversion from the traffic of the website to leads.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's up to them to answer their phone. My thing is, I don't get involved with the internal workings of a dealership. I'm going to make your phone ring, but I'm not going to answer your phone.
I understand that, Michael, but what I'm saying is you're a marketer, so conversion from traffic to leads, right?
Not sales, but actually, if you have 27,000 people visiting the site, how many of those are becoming connections?
They all are, because they're going straight to that website.
Michael, so what I'm saying is, like, for example, with ShopSmart, I got a 3.9% conversion from traffic to lead gen, right? That's what that site does.
Not the actual sale, but
not the actual sale, the conversion from traffic into leads, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what that traffic was from traffic into leads?
I don't. I'm tracking what traffic goes from our properties to the dealership's properties. And what they do with them is not up to me. And I let them know, hey, if your expectations are for me to get involved in your internal workings, we don't do that. Going back to one of the things we were talking about, when I was really actively selling the AI for reviews, I got one general manager says, do I got to throw another body at this? In other words, do I got to be trained on this? And I was like, absolutely not. In fact, I'm not going to train your people on anything I do, because they're going to use it for maybe 3 weeks and go, that doesn't work. No, I'm going to do it for you, show them you what I'm going to do, show you the results. But I'm not in the business of training your people on my product. I'm going to do it for you. So if that makes sense, I'm a little bit different than the vendors that are out there. They're worried about different aspects of the funnel as far as sales go in a dealership.
No, but we're not talking about sales. We're talking about digital marketing. When you drive traffic to anybody, I got mortgage companies, I got medical companies. I drive traffic. That's what I know how to do.
Right.
They always ask you what your conversion is. When they put a budget of XYZ, they want to know not the conversion to sales, the conversion of traffic into that, because there's such thing as bot traffic. Everybody knows that. You go buy traffic and you see it. And there's all kinds of tools out there that we have. When we set up a website, like we actually set up the website to get traffic for conversion, because at the end of the day, has nothing to do whether they sell it or not. But the owner definitely wants leads, wants your traffic to convert lead generation. You know, that's the whole idea why they pay for traffic. So that's what we kind of do. Like, we know what each site can give us as a conversion. With Google Analytics, we set it up where it tells us how many forms get filled out. So then the owner sees it. Okay, you got so many forms. Well, my sales department didn't sell it. Well, that's your problem, or we tell them. But our problem is what the traffic that converts, because nobody can do Google AdWords like we do or anything like that if there's not a conversion pixel.
I guess a question, Michael, would be, and maybe in the end, you're driving so much quality traffic that the question never has to come up. So just to make sure that we're clear, we're not challenging you. If, let's just say, one out of your 500 customers fired you tomorrow and they said, it's not working, do you have a way to say, well, we drove 20,000 people to you and you got 400 phone calls and 500 forms out of it. You guys should have sold those things. Not you worrying about how many sales they made, but just of all that traffic, what became a lead?
Yeah, what we do is we're working with UTM. So we're sending all that data on those people that are landing on those different pages, right to so they can see what we're doing. And it's no question about it. But we're not tracking their sales leads and all that. We're tracking the traffic, and that's what they're attracted to, and what kind of traffic. If the traffic that'll go right to your website, as opposed to you buying rented traffic that's going to everywhere.
So he is tracking it with Google Analytics. UTM is Google Analytics.
Yep.
So he's putting his unique UTM code, so then the consumer, his clients know, well, I got so much traffic here, but
directly to the right place. Yeah.
And then probably there he's got the conversion thing. He knows if they filled out a form or didn't know, if he got a phone call in. And so with the UTM, you can set that up all kinds of ways,
Right. Yeah, we're using Bitly. I mean, just to make life easier, and instead of these long URLs and setting those up. But everything we do for our clients, we UTM it so that they can have an insight. And it also takes away I'm not saying it, the report on the UTM is saying it. So to your example, Lee, you know what? We know that 400 calls got through. Okay? We can see it here for ourselves, and you can see it. So don't play that game with us.
Right.
Michael, did we ever meet before or anything like that?
Maybe before COVID. I remember following you, El Patron. I think you did business with him back in the day.
I did one event with him. I did the Game Changer event with him.
Okay.
He hired me as a promo company, and that's what we did. We did the event. That's it.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, but it was when he was working for Queens, I think, in a VW, something like that. I was following.
When he was working at Mitsubishi. What was that place? Mitsubishi. The Mitsubishi store in Brooklyn. He did pretty good. He's a pretty good brand today. He's pretty good. He's really game changed himself out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of the good guys out there, and I just try to latch on to like you guys. I mean, I want to. That's where my values are, and it's been that way for 27 years since somebody came up with it to me and said, "You ever hear of this thing called the internet?"
Yeah.
I like all the stuff that you do, and that's why I wanted to reach out to you and invite you to the podcast. But, I like all your stuff, and I think we should engage more. And I'm not out there as much as I want to be. Not that much out on social media that much. I'm more on the road and stuff like that.
Right. Well, I mean, for you showing...
I'm not like a Clubhouse guy or a virtual guy,
Yeah. For you being and supporting Larry Feldman, hey, any friend of Larry's is a friend of mine. Definitely. So good on you. I couldn't make it to Tampa, but I have my eyes set on Denver.
Oh, great. I'm glad. So that way we finally meet you.
Excellent.
Well,
so, Michael, I want to say thank you for everything you've shared here today. And I want to thank you for all the great stuff that you do in Clubhouse. And you're always there. And you're always giving great knowledge and great input that I believe can help dealers scale. And you're always available, which is a nice thing that you're always giving something back to this wonderful industry.
You're going to make me blush. Thank God my camera's not working. Thank you, Richie. I really appreciate you, man. I'm following you, so you're not going to get away from me. And Lee, thank you so much for your questions. And go Mets, huh? From a Red Sox fan, go Mets. What the heck am I talking about?
I know. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Usually it ends in disappointment, so I don't get too excited.
Yeah, well, the Red Sox have always been the Capitals. When I was in D.C., we called them the Red Sox with hockey sticks.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Oh, God. Oh, well, thank you again, and thank you for everyone out there for watching and listening, and thank you, Mr. Bello, for having me by your side. And that's it. Hope everyone has a great week, and we'll be catching up with you again next week.
See you soon, guys. Take care.
Take care, guys. Thank you.